Hi guys, it's Monika. I am doing another collab. This time I'm doing a collab with JDee. I'm going to link her channel below in the description box, but this collab is a little bit different and it might take a little longer to get through, but the collab is actually Getting Personal, a collab with JDee. So what it is we have 10 questions that we're going to answer. And before I get to the questions, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about JDee. In case you haven't connected up with her yet, she's just an absolutely, she says she's an over 50s Southern gal, and she is absolutely beautiful. When you watch her videos, you just can really get so wrapped up in the expression of her eyes and the sound of her voice. She has the most adorable Southern accent. I could just listen to her videos forever. She's so warm and entertaining. She and I have a connection. The connection is that we're both in the real estate industry. So I thought that was pretty fascinating when I found that out. She's also a fitness junkie. She goes to the gym. She likes to stay active. She likes to ride her bike. She likes to go for hikes. These are all things that I really love to do. And Jay and I love bike riding and walking all around. She's a retired artist. She's actually been a painter and a sculptor, and her work has actually been shown in art shows, so I think that is really cool. She's also a former ballet dancer, which I totally believe. I mean, she looks like she is physically in excellent shape, and obviously she likes to ride her bike and go to the gym. In fact, when she was emailing me from the gym on her phone. So that shows you how dedicated she is. She's also into makeup and, of course, skincare. And that is the second connection that we have together, is YouTube channels. So we thought it'd be kind of cool to really do this collab and kind of get to know each other a little better. So I'm going to read the questions. I have them on my iPad, and then I'm going to answer them. The first question was, how long does it take you to get your face ready in the morning? I'm going to assume that my face ready means my makeup. And so I won't count the time it takes to do my washing and my serums and all of that, because if I had to add that in, I could easily add another half hour in, because I like to do things in steps, let it dry. But I would say the first thing I do in the morning is I apply my eyelash primer. This is after, of course, my serums and all of that. I apply an eyelash primer while I'm having coffee. I usually use the L'Oreal Voluminous. Actually, I just bought another one. This is exactly what I use. It works really well for me, and it's very affordable. So I usually apply one coat, which is probably not enough, but I apply one coat on each eye. I probably, by the time I've done the second eye, this is dried, and I go in with my It's Super Hero mascara. So my mascara, my coffee, and then I get up, I go into the bathroom, and I clean up any smudgies of the mascara. Yes, I put my mascara on before anything else. And then I'll do an eyelid primer, and from that point on, I'll do, if I'm going to wear eyeshadow, I'll start to do some of the eyeshadow stuff, the base, and my brow, and my any kind of a foundation. So from the time my mascara is on to the time my foundation is on and lipstick, that might take me about maybe a half hour. I could do it a lot quicker if I had to. And of course, that is assuming that when my mascara goes on, everything else is done as far as my skincare routine, because that's a completely different thing. So yeah, I could be out the door in 30 minutes. Of course, I have to do something with my hair, which is another story. But anyways, question number 2. If you could pick just one makeup item to wear, what would that be and why? I think everyone that knows me is going to guess this. I don't go anywhere without my mascara, which is why it's the first thing I put on in the morning, and it's usually the last thing I take off at night. But I go nowhere without my mascara. So if I had to pick one makeup item, it would be my mascara. Question number 3. What is the scariest situation you have ever been in? About 14 years ago, I broke my ankle. And my ankle, it was my right ankle. I was hiking up in the mountains in New Hampshire. Jay was golfing with a bunch of buddies, and I went hiking with some girlfriends. We had gotten to, we climbed up nearly to the top of a bluff called Artist Bluff up in the mountains, when we were starting our descent. And they had warned that the ground had been undermined due to heavy rains and all that, so the ground conditions were not the best. But as we started our descent, I fell. And I fell and I slid and hit trees and slid and hit trees and then got wedged. And when I stopped falling and I looked, I could see that one foot was normal and the other foot was like this. And I knew immediately something really bad had happened to my foot, because just the way it was over. There was no cell reception. There was no help. We were on top of a mountain. I was going into shock. I was aware of what was going on. People were trying to help me. I had broken both the fib and the fib. My ankle was totally snapped, and it took a while, but someone had climbed up higher to get some cell service, and they called for help. And I had one of those horrible emergency rescue on the mountaintop, you know, where I was literally strapped to a backwood and slung down over trees, over the crevices, over the cliffs. They couldn't find a vein. They couldn't give me anything for my pain. I was in shock. It was just a horrible nightmare. So that was most definitely the scariest situation that I've ever been in. To this day, I don't hike anymore, at least not that type of hiking. So definitely scary. I survived it, and it's a memory that lives with me forever. I still say I have a broken ankle, even though obviously it's healed. I've got plates and screws and all sorts of hardware in my ankle putting it together. It's probably stronger than it ever was. So anyways, question number 4. What is your YouTube film setup? I usually film my planned videos in my home office, my beauty room, if you want to call it. This is where I conduct my real estate. I use Jay's Canon 70D light, which is what I'm filming on, or my Sony A5100, which I call my vlogging camera. I usually have it on a selfie stick when I'm out and about. I use that, or I use my iPhone 7 Plus. So those are my 3 cameras that I have set up. I have an LED ring light that is around the camera that is in the center on a tripod, and then I have 2 auxiliary umbrella type lights too, or fill lights that you call, to fill in the background. I don't have much light in this room. This room is usually extremely dark. I do have a window, but it's on the other side of the house that doesn't get a lot of light, and I have an overhang, so it's not a well lit room. So hence I do need the lights. And that's pretty well my filming setup. I use iMovie on my MacBook Pro to edit my videos. I tend to edit out some of it just to crop it shorter, but I don't do a whole lot of editing. I usually shoot and go. I don't have to do a whole lot unless I'm inserting different clips to tell storytelling type of thing. What is a funny story you have about when you and your husband were dating? Funny story. There's many. When Jay and I first started dating, we went out one night and he was out of gas, or very, very low on gas, and he wanted to go to a specific gas station, a specific name, probably because that's what he had the credit card for. And we drove all around, and all these, to get to where you could find that gas station. Ultimately, we ended up in another state. And when he finally found that gas station, he realized he didn't have his wallet with him. So while he drove by many gas stations on his way to the quest to the gas station to get the gas that he had his credit card for, a gas card for, he passed all these others, and then when he gets there, he has no wallet. So it's a standing joke. Do you have your wallet? Do you have your credit card? Because I paid for the gas because, he didn't have his wallet. So it was really funny. It was really funny because we spent a long time going out of our way to find a specific gas station that we didn't even need. So a typical guy. He's a typical guy. If your husband said to you, let's hop in the car and go for a day trip, where would you go and why? That's really easy for me. I would head up the coast of New Hampshire. I enjoy nothing better than to get in the car and head out to the beach. And even if it's a lousy day, I love the dramatic ocean that we have. It always looks different. It's always soothing. So I love taking rides up along our coastline and into the coast of Maine. To me, that's a perfect little day trip. Number 7, what would your husband say was your best feature? I don't know that he would say I have a best feature. I think he likes my smile. I do. I think he likes my smile. I think he would say that was my best feature. I could be wrong. I should have asked him, though. What is your favorite thing to do in your downtime? In the wintertime, I love taking bubble baths. But in my downtime, I love going for walks along the beach. So if I'm out by the ocean, a walk along the beach is perfect. I love listening to audiobooks. And I also love indulging myself by going and having a pedicure or a manicure. I really love those two things. Number 9, do I have a skincare budget? A makeup budget? Or do I just wing it and get what I need? I work hard and I work full time. And I do not spend money on high priced items in general. I will get what I need and find a way to pay for it. I don't use a lot of credit cards. I have a debit card. I pay cash or a debit card, and if I have a credit card purchase, it's usually a major item. I really don't have a written budget at all, but if I need something this month, I will get it. If I need something next month, I'll get it. If I don't, I won't. Do I buy a lot of makeup? Yes. I'll go and I'll buy lipstick. I'll go try an eyeliner. I'll go try something different. But I'm not like overly crazy. I don't think about it. Number 10, what is your worst nightmare hair drama story? Meaning the worst thing that ever happened to your hair. It was probably the second time in my life that I'd ever tried to light a barbecue grill. And I had just come back from the hairdressers, and at that point in time I was having perms. So I had like short permed hair. I went out in the backyard and I tried to light the barbecue grill. And I hate lighting barbecue grills. I still don't light them today. But somehow I must have turned it on, and there must have been too much of a gas, and there was like this poofy thing that happened, and I immediately jumped back. Immediately. But what had happened was that my eyebrows were singed, and my hair around my temple, a lot of it got a little singed, and the little burny edges and all that. I freaked out. I absolutely freaked out. I ran, put water on my head, hair, and, went back to the hairdressers, had to trim some of the singed edges off. And I was extremely, extremely lucky that nothing worse happened. That was definitely by far the most traumatic, worst hair experience that I've ever had. So that was my 10 questions. I don't know. This is probably an extremely long video. Hopefully not. But I think it was a lot of fun. And hopefully you get to know me a little better by hearing the answers to these questions. I'm going to link JDee's, D as I call her. I'm going to link her video down below in my description box. So if you're not connected with her, hop on over, check her channel out, give her some like and encouragement. And it's a wonderful, wonderful community we have on YouTube. And I love that we all support each other in such a fantastic way. Thank you all so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.